Well, we earlier spoke to Yakani Edmund, who is a political analyst based in Juba, South Sudan. He started by weighing in on the fact-finding mission ordered by the UN Human Rights Council, why help and action from the international community is slow there, and what needs to be done to end the conflict in the country. Here's what he had to say.
If UN won its own independent fact-finding mission, is good, but the question is, will this fact-finding mission find something different from what we have seen in various social media and various reports that comes from Al-Fashir? Because already there are credible actors that are documenting those human rights violations. I'm one of those persons who was closely watching at the situation of human rights in Sudan. And we've seen what happened in Al-Fashir. Even there's not any doubt. I think the most important thing right now, what is required from international community, besides the facts-finding mission, they need to really establish an accountability mechanism for Sudan. Sudan is really witnessing a very bad human rights situation in the history of the modern history of today. So my take is that the situation in Sudan is horrific. It is very bad, but the international community is watching and they are massaging it with facts-finding mission. They don't want to hold the perpetrators of human rights violations from the warring parties accountable. And we're saying the situation in Sudan is worse than the Rwanda. It's simply because nobody's talking about it and nobody's amplifying it. And what we can see from international community is that facts-finding mission have to go to Sudan, like the situation of Al-Fashir. So for me, we need practical action for accountability and justice. Ethnic cleansing, crime against humanity are taking place in our watch in Sudan as we speak per now. Sudan have quite a number of special envoys from quite a number of countries across the globe, and some of them are members of the UN Security Council. Why is it hard to commission a dialogue for Sudan warring parties? Why are we sort of like watching at the atrocities happening in Sudan, and we have this fire brigade approach, firefighting approach to the situation in Sudan? There are several attempts for mediation. Yes, Sudan warring parties may be resistant, but they're not above the international community. They're not above international norms like human rights principles, principles for protection of civilians, principles of respect to the international humanitarian law. The warring parties in Sudan are not above those. They can be commissioned to attend a dialogue that they can resolve their political differences through dialogue, through mediation, rather than through the barrel of the gun. But it seems international community are admiring that actual Sudanese warring parties are trying to find solution to their political difference through the barrel of the gun. Or they're watching. And next tomorrow, you will hear one member of international community will say, the situation in Sudan is the worst situation. We don't want it to repeat itself somewhere.